Okay, so we're looking at imperative mood. The imperative is the second mood of 3 in Spanish. The imperative form of the verb gives a command. You know that, right? An imperative sentence, you remember that from the 4th grade. The only possible subjects that you can have for imperative are either usted or ustedes. Now we're looking at formal imperative in this chapter. So all the other verbs that we've had up till this point have all been indicative. There are actually 3 moods in Spanish. The first mood is indicative. Every verb that we've conjugated in the past, every single one of them has been in an indicative mood. The second mood that you have is imperative. And what does imperative do? It gives a command. So all of your command forms of verbs all fall into this mood. And then the third and final mood that we have is subjunctive, but we'll get to that one later on within the next few weeks. Okay, so the steps for conjugating or for forming a command are different than the conjugation chart that we've done in the past. Reason being, since it's a formal command, the only possible subjects you can have are either usted or ustedes. Therefore, the entire conjugation tree like we've had in the past is not necessary. Because think about your commands in English. Whenever you say, read the book, go to the store, give it back, the subject that you have is an understood you. So same thing here. You're not going to give a command to yourself, or you're not going to give a command to them, or something like that. So it's either usted or usted. It's not going to be like ellos or ellas, in other words. That's what I meant by them. Okay, so to form a command, a formal command, step number 1 is you start with a verb, and you're going to conjugate the verb in the present tense for yo. So regular old conjugation, start with the yo. Step number 2, drop the o ending. Step number 3, change the vowel. And by changing the vowel, we could also see this as maybe going opposite vowels. Oh, I can't type. This means that an AR verb is going to go to E, and then an ER-IR verb changes to A. So it's opposite vowels than what you would expect. And then step number 4, and we'll put an asterisk next to this one. Add the ending N only if the subject is a plural ustedes. So let's start with a sample. Examples. So we have the verb hablar. So step number 1 is conjugate for yo. So I would say hablo, right? Step number 2, drop the O. Okay, so I'm left with H-A-B-L. Step number 3, we're going to go opposite vowels. So because hablar started off an AR verb, we're going to change it to an, what do we change it to? An E, exactly right. So we're going to say, okay, and there's your command. So if I wanted to use that in a sentence, I would say, hable en inglés, por favor. Let's do another one. How about prestar? Ooh, maybe I should scroll that down, huh? Prestar atención. Okay, so the verb is prestar. Prestar, presto, drop the O, change the vowel. Good. Let's use it in a sentence. Preste usted atención. Pay attention. Let's do another one. Let's do comer. Okay, there's your infinitive. Conjugate for yo. Drop the O. Change the vowel. This time, comer is an ER verb, so we're going to change it to an A. Coma bien. Eat well. Okay, let's do one more. How about tener? Conjugate for yo. Drop the O. Change the vowel. Okay, here's my command. Here's my sentence. Tenga un buen día. Have a nice day, or have a good day. Let's do another one. How about salir? Conjugate for yo. Drop the O. Change the vowel. Salga por la puerta de emergencia. Leave through or exit through the emergency door. See how that works? Really easy, right? Start with the yo, drop the O, change the vowel. What if it's ustedes? Again, if we were addressing any or making any of these sentences and making them commands for ustedes, what would we have to do here? Exactly right. All you have to do is add an N. Hablen en inglés, por favor. Presten ustedes atención. Muchachos, coman bien. Here. Clase, tengan un buen día. Salir. Al público, salgan por la puerta de emergencia. See how that worked? All right, so what if we want to make these sentences negative? The formal commands are really great because all you have to do is put the word no in front. No hablen en inglés, por favor. No presten ustedes atención a Ramiro. No coman comida chatarra. ¿Cómo se dice comida chatarra en inglés? Comida chatarra is junk food. No tengan un buen día. Wow, I wouldn't say that to anybody. And last one. No salgan por la puerta de emergencia. See how that worked? All right, so it's really easy. Okay, so the main reason that we want to, just as a review, the main reason you want to start with the conjugation of the verb yo, because a lot of people say in the past, they've told me, well, why don't you skip a lot of these, a lot of the steps, like starting with the yo, changing the o. Why don't you just conjugate for yo and then change the vowel and be done with it? Well, the reason for conjugate for yo, change the vowel. Oh. No, they just want to take the verb and then go opposite vowels. That's what they want to do. But the reason that we start with the yo here is because it's really important. Otherwise, a lot of the verbs, remember, they're irregular when you conjugate for yo. Like the last two that I gave you, tener and salir, those are both go verbs. But they're, remember, like a go verb is only go in yo. So if you skip that first step, you're going to miss the G in there. And then your conjugation isn't going to be correct. So other than that, it should be really easy. I don't see any issues. It's one of the easier conjugations. And let me know if you have any questions. If you're watching this video, you're probably a little bit ahead of everybody else. So good for you. Kudos to you for keeping up with it. Okay?